I am here with my dear friend Buzz the Bee from Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. You are going to want to keep a close eye on the weather today, am I right? And let me tell you, it's time now for your local weather report, brought to you by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Let's buzz on over to the Main Street Media TV Weather Center.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
I'm Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Let's take a look at your forecast for your Friday. Starting off, cloudy, showers and storms will be gone by this point as we go throughout the remainder of the afternoon, though. There could be a few spotty showers that try to develop. Temperatures getting back up into the mid-80s, so another very warm day is expected for your Friday. A little bit of a breeze out there as well. All the storm activity, for the most part, is going to remain off to the west for your Friday, but then we'll start to see storm potential ramp back up on your Saturday as well. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast, watching Saturday night and Sunday morning for that storm risk. Behind that front, though, fantastic. Temperatures drop back down into the 50s and 60s. Could have a frost or freeze potential Monday night and Tuesday night as well.
Thank you for that update. Tune in each day on Mornings on Main Street for an up-to-date weather report brought to you by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. All of their contact information is below. Have a great day.
Good morning, Stefanie.
Good morning. Hi, kids. Hot tea.
Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Today on the show, we get to hear all about the fun happenings coming up at the Nashville Zoo. Devon O'Day and Jim Bartoo will have that for us in just a little bit. But first, let's get a check of our headlines this morning.
The Stewart County Sheriff's Office says the preliminary report from the Tennessee Highway Patrol states that a 2020 Ford Edge driven by 79-year-old Wesley Robson drove off the ferry into the Cumberland River. The car drove onto the ferry on the Cumberland City side, and as the ferry was turning around to head across the river, the vehicle accelerated, going into the water. Divers from Stewart County Fire Rescue were able to reach the car and pull it out of the water about an hour later with Robson inside. The incident is still under investigation. Troax Group will establish its first Aspen guard manufacturing facility in Tennessee, relocating operations from the greater Chicago area to the Robertson County side of Portland. The announcement was made May 1st. As part of the project, Troax Group will create 120 new jobs and invest nearly $23 million to support wire mesh panel production operations for its Troax and Folding Guard brands. Nate Moran is announced as Trevecca's new men's basketball coach. Moran's journey has taken him from state stardom at BGA to a Lipscomb walk-on, then on to Missouri Western State, Lee University, and then Trevecca assistant before turning the age of 30. Moran replaces Kevin Carroll. Carroll said during the press conference that Moran is honest, hungry, and humble. For these stories and many others from our Middle Tennessee state communities, head over to mainstreetmediatn.com.
So Busy Bee is a very close-knit family. We fight just like every family does. We have arguments, but we always come out with a solution to the problems. We don't just fight about what we want, we fight about what customers need. We want to make sure that every customer we go to is more than satisfied. And that doesn't just start whenever we show up at their door, that starts when we show up every day at work. We want to make sure that we are serving our customers to the best of our ability.
You're seeing the signs too, right?
What signs? Welcome, everybody. I'm Devon O'Day.
Jim Bartoo.
It's What's New at the Zoo with Jim Bartoo, and we are here. We're behind the scenes, you guys.
That's right. You know, since November of 2022, the giraffes have been off exhibit. And it's mainly because we're building a brand new area. The pathway that you take up to see giraffes on exhibit has been closed because we're building a brand new pathway that takes you to 4 new habitats with 5 new animals. It's called Leopard Forest. We're finishing up the touches on it now. I know you can't see behind us, but behind us it's still quite the construction zone. But the giraffes do come out every day. They are out on exhibit today, and we're talking about them.
I know, and there's all sorts of things like a backstage pass. We're going to get more into that, but first there's some really cool things. Can I say how cool it was to park in that brand new parking garage today?
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? You know, and especially on the hot days, if you can park under there and stay in the shade all day, you don't come back to a car that's about 220 degrees.
Think about that, Grandma and Grandpa, whenever you're bringing your babies, putting them back in the car.
Especially if you got those vinyl seats like me, you get in there and they just, they'll take the skin right off. Yeah, you got to be careful.
We're here at the giraffe area. One of the first times I met you, you were naming a baby giraffe and collecting genes or something.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, right?
I'm not sure that nonprofit still exists, but it was a way to be able to recycle blue genes. And in doing so, they were able to raise money to help giraffes. You know, a lot of people think giraffes, are they really endangered? But they are. They're actually disappearing, and it's largely because of fragmentation of their areas in Africa. It's harder for them to get from one place to another because there's roads and freeways and all kinds of stuff that are blocking that. And we actually had a couple of keepers that went to Africa not too long ago to study these patterns and try to figure out, can they create safe corridors for them to be able to move into other areas? Do we need to manually get them into these other areas so they can be introduced to other herds out there? So a lot of that being studied to be able to keep them on the planet.
Well, I mean, even in the birth process, it's kind of dangerous for those babies because it's a long way down. You know, you see about these babies. It's a tough situation. They come into the world. What?
That's right. It's about a 6-foot drop. That's the first. Their first experience is a 6-foot drop on their head, right? Yeah, but nature kind of works that self out. If you ever watch a giraffe birth, it's not really 6 feet. They kind of roll out of it, right? Yeah. So it's fine when they come out. And they're standing within minutes, which is amazing to be able to watch.
My favorite picture, there's a famous picture of the giraffe mom licking the head of her baby, and they just have her tongue out on the head of that little baby giraffe. It's the cutest thing.
Yeah, it is.
You can do a quick Google and find that.
You can watch the mom actually use her feet to try to prop them so they can help stand them up and that kind of stuff. So it's fascinating to watch the nurturing that goes on.
Well, saving species is what we are about here at the Nashville Zoo, and shout out to Leela May. She and her family come to the zoo. They have family memberships, and she and her little friends all came to the teddy bear clinic.
Oh yeah, that we had not too long ago.
They all came, and the pictures were so delightful. And speaking of kids, they're going to want to be part of. And this is cute. It's the Zoo-fari slumber with lots of Z's.
Lots of Z's.
A sleepover at the zoo.
That's right. Yeah. If you're into camping or you want to get your kids into camping, this is kind of a good first step because you come to the zoo, you set up your own tent, and you sleep on our festival field inside the zoo. And they have all different kinds of activities and things that you can do in the evening. And then you get up in the morning and you get to walk around the zoo in the morning as the keepers are bringing animals out and feeding them and everything else. So you kind of get a kind of a backstage look at what's happening for that. So it's a great little event, and that's happening at the end of May. Yeah, May 24 and 25.
They sell out. I'm just going to tell you right now, these sell out so quickly.
Yep.
So go to NashvilleZoo.org immediately and get your tickets. If you want to be the cool parent that says, we're going to have a sleepover, kids, and then you surprise them with Zoofari at the zoo.
It's at the zoo.
Oh my gosh, what a cool time.
They'll go bananas.
And May 24th and 25th. Now, let's talk about another adult event, Brew at the Zoo.
That's right. Yeah, kind of like Sips for Species, but this one really kind of focuses on all the different craft beer that's both here locally and across the country. And again, the money goes to help support conservation work, but this event really is more for the beer connoisseur, the people that love to be able to sample beer. There'll be other drinks there that you can sample, and there's also non-alcoholic stuff. So if you like coming out, or you have a friend that really likes beer, wants to sample beer, this is a great event to come to. Again, it's outside, it's June 13th, so the weather could be pretty warm during that night. Lots of entertainment, lots of food trucks, a great way to be able to enjoy another evening.
It's like Oktoberfest in June.
That's right.
See?
That's right.
You
it's
know?
Junetoberfest.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Well,
what we're going to call it.
if you can look behind us, I mean, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zebras.
Zebras, yeah. These are
5 giraffes. All
black
in
and
one
white
spot.
zebras. Don't let your eyes fool you.
Oh, it's so funny. They're so amazing to watch them walk. They're really graceful animals.
They are, yeah. They're very graceful to watch, and they're really. Here's an interesting aspect with them. When you watch them walk, they walk with one side of their body at the same time. You know, when we walk, it's always like this, right?
Yeah.
But with them, it's always one side and the other side where they walk. So if you ever watch them do that, really, really interesting.
It's like pacers that are horses. You know, have the trotters.
Kind of, yeah. I guess I don't know what that is, but
they're the little harness racers that go one side and then the other. But that's so crazy.
Step into the Lionel retail store at Opry Mills, Nashville, and you'll be captivated by all the magic of the 123-year history of Lionel trains. Whether you're already a train enthusiast or just getting started, Lionel will energize your love for trains. NASCAR fan? Come check out your local Lionel station to learn all there is to know about model trains and die-cast NASCAR collectibles. Visit nashville.lionel.com or call 615-455-9399.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
So, you want to be a part of the Busy Bee team, huh? Well, how do you see yourself fitting into the organization? Oh, I get it. You want to be a weather bee.
Thanks for sticking with us this morning here at Mornings on Main Street. Next up, we're talking investment basics, and we have our financial advisor back with us, Christy Harris. She's the Associate Financial Advisor with Ascend Retirement and Investment Services. Great to see you again.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I love it. I love the topic today, investment basics. So what is investing and why is it so important? Remind us.
Investing in simple terms means putting your money into assets or opportunities with the expectation of generating a profit or earning a return over time. So some people think saving and investing are the same, but they're not. They're different. Savings are typically low risk funds used for short-term needs, things such as cash, things very liquid. But investing involves higher risk and it offers that potential for greater returns over the long term. So investing is important because it can set you up for long-term financial freedom. That's what we all want, financial peace of mind. Consider investing as a carefully planned approach to managing and accumulating money. And investment planning is about discipline and patience, but it really doesn't have to be difficult.
I like hearing that it doesn't have to be difficult. So what is that first step for us when we're considering our investing our money?
So obviously knowing what your financial situation is, you need to know what your financial picture looks like, what your expenses are, what your income is. And you've really got to have that budget in mind before you start looking at investing, because investing is going to be money that's above and beyond what you need to live on and above and beyond your emergency fund.
So when should we start? I mean, we always hear earlier the better, and I'm guessing that is the case here as well.
It is. You can invest in that higher risk if you've got a longer term horizon. So you can seek growth more aggressively if you've got a longer time to kind of mitigate those ups and downs of the stock market that we all hear about all the time on the news.
Well, I have to ask for someone like myself, 40, and just say, I haven't thought about investing until now. Am I okay to start at this point, this late in life? And if so, how aggressive should I be?
I think it's a good time. My motto is start now. Always start where you are and don't worry about, is it too late? You just set those goals and you work toward those goals, those short, midterm, and long-term goals, whether it's for retirement or buying a home, whatever it is. But there's a lot of times I meet with clients in their 40s and they haven't started saving for retirement. But start. You've still got 20, 25 years, and that's a really good time frame to invest and seek that growth that you want. Your funds, you want them to grow. You want to be prepared for retirement. You've got time, though. You do. You got plenty of time.
That's great news. I love it. Okay, what are some of the types of investment options that we have?
So, there's the things that I talked about earlier. So your short-term funds need to be in something pretty liquid. So something pretty safe. Going to be like cash alternatives, such as a certificate of deposit or a money market. Then we get into stocks and bonds, mutual funds, exchange traded funds, things like that. You can also invest in real estate or commodities. So one common misconception, though, is that your 401k or your IRA is an investment. It's not technically an investment. It's a tax advantaged vehicle. So and you put your investments inside that. But they're an important part of overall financial planning, but they're not technically an investment themselves.
Any other misconceptions?
Gosh, like you said, it's too late for me to start. It's never too late to start. I hear people all the time saying the stock market is too risky, but that's what we as financial advisors are here for. We can help try to mitigate the risk by what we invest in, asset allocation, splitting up investments, diversification, all those things. That's where we come in and hopefully, take down the risk level somewhat and make it a way to invest for each client on their own personal level. Make it comfortable for them where it's not so scary.
And thank goodness you financial advisors are out there to help us with this. What other resources are available so we don't make mistakes?
Well, that's what we are here for. So the Ascend Retirement and Investment Services, or ARISE program, we offer that no cost, no obligation, professional financial guidance to all credit union members. So whether you're just now starting out, beginning to invest, which I work with people in their 20s, in college, out of college, starting in a Roth IRA, or someone who's getting close to retirement and wants to catch up on those retirement savings. That's what we're here for. It's that professional guidance, and we help you navigate the waters of the financial waters in your life.
Christy, thank you. Valuable information for us today. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the information that you've given, and just thank you so much.
Thank you.